Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host for the next hour, Holton Ahlers.
The wait is over. You guys asked for it. The Holton Ahlers Show takeover. Live call in. If you want to talk to us, if you want to win a sick local politics shirt that we are wearing right now, call 252-317-1250. We would love to hear from you guys. Hey, we got it the next hour. The walk-ons are here with me. Caiden will be here in just a second, but Dru Dotter, Jack Powers, boys, welcome in.
Let's do it. Yep, I'm excited.
Let's go. So, the podcast, man, it's been going off to a great start. We released episode 5 tomorrow with the captain, Shane Carden. Last week, great interview with Ruff, kind of got the numbers up. Before that, Stanford Steve, and before that, Harold Varner. So, boys, we've had some cool guests. We're going to keep them climbing.
Starting off hot. Definitely more entertaining and kind of easy going on the pod when we get the guests on there than I ever thought it'd be. And it's really cool to learn more about them, just like as a person, not just what we see on Twitter or TV or so what.
Yeah, I think it's been fun. Our goal when we talked about it was, we wanted it to kind of be a laid back, honesty. We've said it multiple times on the show. It's the people's show. We're always going to be honest. Look, we're going to ask the hard questions. Last week we asked Ruff, what was it like being fired? Did he expect it? We asked him, what was it like being on the other side of the sideline as an opponent? So we've kind of experienced it all, and I believe we got Kenny from Blunt's Creek, and if this is Kenny Curlings, it better be. Kenny, what's up?
Hey, Holton, it sure is. Been waiting all day, buddy.
Let's go. Thanks for calling, man. What's up?
Hey, man, well, to start with, just wanted to congratulate you and the walk-ons on your podcast, because I have really enjoyed the conversation and the interviews you've had with exceptional, amazing guests with Stanford Steve, Harold Varner, and then Ruff last week. Man, you're knocking it out the ballpark, guys.
Hey, appreciate it, man. That's the goal of it, man. We wanted it to kind of bring the show to you guys. And look, I've been behind a podium, my entire career, and I kind of wanted to open up. And we've talked about it this whole time, and it's been a blast. So, Kenny, appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, it's really nice to hear you guys banter back and forth with your stories of time here at East Carolina and what you got going on. I'll go ahead and start off with this one thing, Holton. I want you to get on down there to Arlington and win that starting position at quarterback, because I'm already looking at my hotels up in D.C. for the June game.
Hey, let's go. Yes, sir. Hey, we're going to send you a shirt too, Kenny. We appreciate your support. I appreciate your support over the years. Obviously become a great friend of mine and my family's. So appreciate your support, man, and we'll keep going. I'll definitely win the job, and I'll see you in D.C.
Hey, Holton, I got one question for you and one for all the guys.
All right.
My question is, at any time during your career out there in East Carolina, after maybe a great play, good long touchdown pass or run, did you ever catch yourself listening for your dad up there in the PA saying something about you?
I think, great question, by the way. During, after plays, it was tough just because it was so loud. Even the games that weren't packed, you can ask Jack and Drew, the stadium still gets loud, but definitely the loudest in our conference. But more times for me is I would always try to hang around. The team goes in right before my dad announces the starting lineup, and I would always try to hang around, be the last player in to hear him announce the starting lineup. That was always super special to me. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and my question to all the guys are, if you could rank your top 3 favorite pro teams in any sport that you follow.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll go first for that one. Kenny, this is Jack, by the way. Appreciate you hopping on. First, if you've been listening to the podcast, I think you know that the 49ers, especially with Super Bowl week, it'd be wrong for me not to put them at number 1.
Jack's a bandwagon. Don't let him trick you.
Being from Northern California, born and raised, the 49ers and Giants have really been my 1 and 2 growing up my whole life. And third, I'm not really a huge basketball fan. I'm from just outside of Sacramento, so I think I'd put the Kings. But honestly, since I've moved here, I've become a pretty big Kings fan. Really enjoyed hockey, going to the games. And now I find myself midweek making dinner and making sure I turn on the games to tune in there. So I'm probably going 49ers 1, San Francisco Giants 2, and I'll go the Carolina Hurricanes 3.
Awesome.
Heck yeah. I'm not really a huge pro guy, but I know I'm a Patriots fan in the NFL. And basketball, I just love watching ball. I don't really have a specific team. I just love watching great players hoop. And like Jack, I became a kind of Carolina Hurricanes fan myself. It's super fun going to the games and just watching them play.
Cool.
For sure. Hey, Kenny, thanks for calling in, man. We're going to send you a shirt. We'll get Shirley to get your number and all that, and we'll get it to you.
All right, man. Well, y'all keep knocking it out of the park. Can't wait to hear Shane.
Appreciate it, man.
For sure. Now we got Steven in Beaufort, South Carolina. Steven, what's up?
What's up, fellas?
Yo.
Is this who I think it is?
This is he.
This is Bagman. What's up,
Bagman.
brother? People listening, this is Steven Baggett, former East Carolina tight end. Dude, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me on the show. I had a question for you. What is a conspiracy theory that you believe in?
Oh, dude, what a great question. So I am a big believer in Bigfoot. I saw him in Grimesland in 2017. I got a picture and a video, which we will post on @Holton Ahlers Show on X. And yeah, that's Jack. What do you believe in?
I don't know.
You know, I question the moon landing. Like the first one. I question it.
I guess I'd have to go with, like, does Bagman actually have a job and work? Because it seems like midweek at 2 o'clock, he's always on Fortnite ready to play. So I'm wondering what his real career is over there.
Well, you know, most of us, we start working at 5 o'clock, so I'm lucky to be one of those people.
Dude,
Attaboy,
Baggett, thanks for calling, brother. We're going to get you a shirt. We got to get you a shirt. So appreciate the support, dude.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Next up, we got Mike in Greenville. Mike, what's up?
What's up, Holton? How you doing, my man?
Good, man. Appreciate you for calling.
Through middle school, Little League, my oldest played against you, so I've been with you for a long time. It's one question with a two-part answer.
All right.
Once you got to Seattle, what were you most surprised by? Surprised by, wow, this was a lot better than it was, and wow, this was a lot crap I thought it would be.
Great question. First of all, thanks for calling, like I said. But I think the first thing that I noticed, for one, was like the difference in the NFL is in the superstars. But after the superstars, like the guys that are making $100 million, yeah, obviously they're, you know, top 3 in the world, top 5 in the world at what they do. But after that, man, the, you know, distance between a starter or a backup or a 2 and a 3 really isn't that much. It's just, you know, how the chips fall. Did you have a little bit of luck in your career? Were you drafted early? Where you played college ball? Do you have a relationship with a position coach? But that was kind of the first thing that I noticed, was after the superstars, it was more of just an even level playing field. And, you know, you had to have a little bit of luck, obviously. So some of those guys that, especially some of those quarterbacks that have stayed in the league for a long time as backups, like, you just got to have a lot of luck to do that.
What were you most surprised by that was really awesome, but it turned out to be crap?
Wait, say that again. Sorry, you were breaking up.
What was something that you thought was going to be really awesome, but it turned out to be crap?
I'll tell you what I thought was going to be crap that turned out to be better than I thought was just Seattle in general. The other part of the question, I don't even know, man. I thought the NFL, everyone puts it on a pedestal kind of, and I thought the NFL was going to be more of a, I'll just say the college is special, like the locker room and stuff. The locker room was cool in the NFL, but you know, you're boys with a guy with a locker next to you, and then he gets cut and you never talk to him again, and that's just how it is. In the NFL, it's so fast paced, you don't have time to slow down and watch people, or to really get to know people. And then once you do get to know them, someone's usually gone. So that was probably the biggest eye opener for me.
Thanks, Holden. I appreciate you taking the time to answer the questions. Look forward to seeing you this summer and enjoying the podcast.
For sure, man. Hey, thanks for calling. Next up, we got Dawn in Falkland. What's up, Dawn?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to ask you about fan experience. The fans, how does that affect you all when people are, you know, saying, take them out of the game, that was terrible, it was awful, the laces were the wrong way, or whatever it was. How does that affect you all? And I'd really love for y'all, this is just a comment, but I would love for y'all to have a men's clinic where you take them out there when it's 100 degrees, humidity, and put them through, because every time I hear that in the stands, I'm like, okay, let's prove it. Let's get a ball and go down on the field. They open the field. Let's see what you got. Maybe you got some eligibility. You never know.
Oh, for sure. First of all,
I would love for you to do that.
Hey, I would love that too. First of all, you're getting a T-shirt because that was a great question, a great little rant there. But I think fans, you're always going to be affected by them a little bit, and I'll let these guys answer a little bit too. But at the same time, you should be so locked in that you shouldn't really be on social media, which is where a lot of it goes. Social media is a good and a bad thing. Obviously, it gives everyone a voice, which is good, but also that's the bad of it too. So, hey, I agree with you. Let's have a men's clinic and see who can go out there and throw a football past like 15 yards accurately, and then they can have a little bit to talk about. What do you think about that, Dawn?
I think it's great. I'm a nurse. I'll be the EMS on site. I'll be with them.
Yeah, for sure. What do y'all think about the fans?
And everything else.
Hey, Dawn, this is Jack. Personally, it kind of comes with the territory. I think we all appreciate how passionate our fan base is, and with that comes expectations, which for the most part are rightfully there. Like, they're paying money to come watch us. They expect to win. So when things aren't going right, you know what, like, do we listen to it? Maybe not. Like, obviously, we're not trying to see that negative stuff all the time, but I understand where they're coming from. I'd rather have a fan with high expectations and be ultra passionate about it than a fan that doesn't even come to the games or comment at all. So that's my take on it.
Drew?
Yeah, I think you just got to realize, like, their fans, like, it's almost their job. Like, pick you up when you're doing great, and then, if you're playing bad, they're going to get on you. So I think you just got to realize that the only voices that matter are the ones that are in the locker room. And once you do that, they're just fans.
And then the last third of the walk-ons were like, Caiden just got in here. Caiden, what do you think? Did you even hear the question?
Yeah, the fan experience.
Yeah, you go ahead and talk.
Yeah, I think the fan experience affects some people differently. It's all how you take it. I was here during the Scotty Moe years, and obviously those were awful years. But I think some people, they'd hear the home fans chirping us, and they would chirp back. So some people affect more than others. But like the guy said, you just got to let that water in the bridge. I'd rather have the fans chirp us. I think my favorite part about fan experience was me on away games, like being a signaler. The fans kind of saw me close. So the coolest experience I had was probably at Tulane. I was signaling, and I don't even know if this is part of the question, but I'm going to jump into it. And the guys were like, take the beer, take the beer. So I always like that. So for the fans out there, the away teams, they really appreciate the chirps. It's fun. It makes the games more exciting. So think about that when the teams are in here next time.
Dawn, thank you for calling. Great question. We'll set up that men's clinic soon, and you can help run it.
Great. I'll be there.
Oh, hey, let's take a break. Welcome back into the show. Call us if you want to join the show. We got a line open at 317-1250. And Chandler on the other side of the glass has a chat question for us. Chandler, let's hear it.
Yeah, we do have one in the YouTube chat. Jamie's asking, if all of y'all get thrown into the octagon, who's coming out on top?
Me.
If
Jack's got a torn pec, so
if the pec is healthy, you guys are all in trouble.
No way.
It's just like octagon with like
That's
fighting or
UFC. Dude, you know this. I go in the steam room every day and shadow box, and I got that thing that I attach this thing to my head, and this ball just bounced back and forth, and I hit it like 500 times a day. So
yeah, no,
I'm good.
If it's a fair fight, I'm not gonna last. But
Jimmy, why don't you tell us instead of asking us? Why don't you tell us who you think's gonna win? How about that? That's what we really need.
There's no red jersey in the octagon, boys. You guys are in trouble.
I have taken Holton down with the sleeper hold before, so if I get the sleeper hold in,
I don't remember that. I guess you put me in way too much to sleep because I did not remember that. Let's get to Chad in Grimesland, the home of Bigfoot. Chad, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Congratulations on the podcast. I really enjoyed it. So my question, I have two questions, one for Holton, one for the guys. So Holton, what is something that in Greenville, like when you have a new recruit or a transfer coming, like what's the thing that you show them to like really give them that essence of Greenville, what we're about? Well, and then for the guys, like what's your favorite thing about Greenville, about being here?
I think I'll answer your question first, then I'll kind of get to them. But First thing I would suggest is you got to get them around as many people as you can. I think what sells Greenville and Eastern North Carolina is the people. Jack came from the transfer portal, so he can kind of talk about that. He's kind of the only one here. He's from California, so him coming into a new environment, he can get a little bit deeper into it. Now, I think you got to take them to Sup Dogs, right? I mean, that's a staple of Greenville. For college, too, I mean, I just think that's a perfect place to kind of show what Greenville is, show the passion there, and just the college lifestyle. I mean, I think that's a great place to take them, but I would just suggest getting them around as many people as possible. What makes this place special is the people. Jack, what are your... I mean, you can kind of hit on that before answering the rest of their questions.
Yeah, I mean, I got into North Carolina on my official visit once it was already dark, but Coach Dowse kind of made an effort to drive me like through the stadium, right by the stadium, and that's initially what will catch your eye. My brothers refer to it as the Black Pearl, but Dowdy Ficklin for sure is an eye catcher with the new press box and just the stadium. It's not something that I was really expecting. And then me personally, like you kind of mentioned Sup Dogs, I would kind of just mention that community feel you were talking about. Like in the summertime, you go to Sup Dogs, you go to a baseball game right after where it's packed and people are passionate about it. That's what makes this place awesome to me.
Drew, what do you think?
Heck yeah. I think this really doesn't work for the portal as much as it does for high school, but if you go to any AAC game, there's going to be one stadium that sticks out a lot, and I think it's ECU. Like, the game atmosphere there is so electric and just so fun to be at. And coming out of high school, like, I thought it was great, and that's one of the reasons I chose to come here, too.
Yeah, Caiden, as a former quarterback, obviously we got two guys out of the portal. What do you think would be something as a quarterback, maybe a transfer quarterback? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say coming to a game is where I really saw ECU. I was like, holy cow. I know transfer portal, you don't usually get that, but I would say taking them straight to the stadium, because guys like us, we want to play in big stadiums. We want to make sure we play in front of passionate fans. And I know we all four kind of said it, but there's not a passion match like ECU in the AAC or kind of in the G5. It's that little. I always tell everyone who doesn't know East Carolina, like when I'm at work or traveling, or tell them I went to school, it's literally a little SEC environment. If you could imagine SEC environment, but on the G5 level, that's East Carolina. And I think that's what sells this school. And I think when you come on a visit and you're with a guy with Holton or a guy on the team that kind of is a captain, leader that's taking them out, you want to take them to those staples like a Sup Dogs. You want to take them to the staples around town, because the people around town recognize these guys. And once they recognize them, you kind of introduce, hey, this is blah, 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 new big-time recruit. And you realize how excited this fan base is and how passionate they are for you. That really grabs a hold of them.
Cool, man. I appreciate it. That was great answers from everybody.
For sure, Chad. Hey, man, thanks for calling. We'll get you a shirt. We'll get your contact info and get you a local politics bud shirt.
Oh, awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Y'all continue success.
For sure. Thank you. Hey, keep tuning into the podcast, the Holton Ahlers Show with the Walk-Ons. Episode 5, boys. It's been fast. Drops tomorrow at 12 o'clock on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, and then all podcast platforms, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just look up the Holton Ahlers Show. It'll pop right up. And then we got a caller. First of all, we have some lines open. 317-1250 if you want a local politics bud shirt. We're only giving them out to some good callers. And on the other side, hopefully William from Wrightsville Beach is a good caller. William, what's up?
Holton, what's up, buddy?
Hey, thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, man, congrats on the show. You guys have been doing a great job. I've listened to every show you've done, and I think it's something that was needed for ECU football. I've really enjoyed it all. But my question for y'all today is that, so much has changed now with the transfer portal and NIL. My question is, how do you maintain good team chemistry and camaraderie in the locker room with so much roster turnover every year?
Great question. I mean, I think that's the key to success in college football now is that. And, I think you got to make it about family atmosphere. You have to be genuine about it. Players, look, coach and players have a unique relationship. Some coaches want to be the father figure. Some coaches want to be the, big brother figure that leads them. And then some of them want to be a figure that, can only come and talk to them in serious situations. But there's unique relationships there with coaches and players. But, I think you got in this age, it has to be about family. It has to be genuine. Because, guys can sniff out if it's not genuine. If they're just there, if you're a coach and you're just there to get to the next stop. And look, East Carolina is a place that, is great and all that, but there is going to be coaches here that are trying to just use it as a stepping stool. And I think it's important to when they are here to focus on being here. And we talked about it's a special place. And if you can create that special environment that some coaches have done here, then, the sky's the limit for this place. Boys, what do y'all think?
I think it goes back to creating a culture with your program, whether that's good or bad. Hopefully you have enough returners coming back in that locker room where the culture is established, and those people either fit in or they don't. And if they don't fit in, they're going to get ran out of there, whether it's through just workouts, playing time, stuff like that. So I think you just got to depend on the culture that you've kind of implemented over the years, and really count on your returners to initiate that and bring that in with the new guys.
I think one thing we kind of have to expect, though, in this new era, until we get some sort of regulations for the NIL and everything, is we're going to see our top players getting sniped, getting taken by bigger schools because they're going to offer money. And we have to expect some of these bigger players, they're going to be offered money that, once they have an electric year, that is life-changing for them. So one thing is, we got to, and it's hard to say, is we got to continue to invest in our NIL here as well. But don't be shocked if someone gets picked up, because a lot of times that's just changing someone's life as well. So that's one thing we got to be aware of as well in the future.
Dru, as a guy in the portal right now, what are you looking for? What is that? What do you answer his question? But in a school, what are you looking for that, the vibe of it and stuff like that? Because you can't, like I said, you can sniff out fake people and fake coaches, but you can also, feel when someone's genuine.
Right, you definitely can. When coaches are consistently talking to you, not just saying football stuff, they're asking how are you, how's your family, stuff like that. That speaks volumes to me, because that means I'm more than just a number. I'm more than just a fill-in guy. They actually care about how I'm doing, or how's my family. So that means a lot to me when I'm looking at schools and things like that.
William, hope we answered your question the right way, man. Appreciate you for calling.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. Thanks for all you do.
Yep. Hey, thanks for keep supporting us, too. Thank you for it, man. Hey, we got Joey on the other line from Greenville. Joey, what's up?
What's up, guys? Look, I just wanted to ask you guys just really quickly, a little fun question.
All right.
I want Dru and Caiden's opinion before Holton and Jack answer.
Hey, there we go. Get the walk-ons involved.
So if there was an Oklahoma drill,
it's me. It's me
versus Jack.
Okay. I thought you wanted me versus Caiden.
Holton versus
All right, boys.
Jack.
Just remember the name of this show. I can fire you at any moment. Go.
All right, I'll go first. I never played with Jack, right? And Jack has a torn labrum right now, so I don't know if this is Jack.
No, I have a torn labrum.
Oh, you both have torn.
I have a torn pec.
He has a torn pec.
Torn pec, torn labrum.
This is pre-torn pec.
Okay, pre-healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is healthy.
Both prime.
I'm taking Holton. I'm sorry.
Guys.
I've seen Holton run dudes over. I've seen Holton just run through people.
This is a whole defensive end.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Did you watch?
You got it. Have you not seen my juke moves, Dru?
No, it's Oklahoma drill. There's two pads set down.
You gotta run through somebody.
You never seen me run through someone before?
Holton.
I've ran through linebackers bigger than this little DN.
I'm not Memphis, buddy.
You guys are talking over each other. Let's calm down, guys.
I've seen quarterbacks work out. They.
He said me.
All.
He didn't say.
I know, but
Drew, what's your answer, Drew?
When we're bench pressing, y'all are doing shoulder rotations and stuff, and
because he had a torn labrum.
That's not helping your case.
Power comes from the hips. Boy.
We said health. All right.
Drew, what's your answer, Drew?
Guys, it's Jack.
Public service announcement. The Holton Ahlers Show is looking for a new producer because Dru is gone. No, I'm just kidding.
Special episode coming up, Oklahoma drill.
That's what we need. We need to get healthy and then just post it on the Holton Ahlers Show or Holton Ahlers Show on
a special YouTube episode.
Jack, how much do you weigh?
235.
You're at least
he
packing
weighs 260 at least.
No.
I do weigh 235.
No, I'm saying that doesn't.
I've seen this guy run through some people. I'm sorry. I'll have to watch your highlights.
It's literally just offense
Jack
versus
takes
defense.
on pulling guards and has to stalemate them. Come on, guys. Oklahoma drill.
He caused an uproar.
All right, Joey, I want to hear what you think since you're going to cause this.
You know what? The thing is, I've seen Jack boom some people. I've seen Holton run over some people. But if I really give the edge, and I said prime, and you guys are healthy, top of your game.
Yeah.
I think y'all both go to the hospital with a concussion.
Hey, but who would win? I guess we would both lose, but
I have to give it to Holton. I'm not gonna.
All right, yep, Joe. That's how you get a local politics shirt. We're sending you one. Thanks for calling.
You guys need to do your homework.
Jack's pissed.
317-1250. If you want a local politics bud shirt, call in the show and we will answer your questions. I think Chandler has a question in the chat. Chandler, what up?
I have a couple of questions, but I do have a shout out to you, Holton. You were talking about Bigfoot earlier. Grimesland Bigfoot on YouTube says,
"Oh, did he comment?
I usually stay in the weeds, but I have to come out to say hey to Holton. I'm a big fan and have been following you since your college days." And he also says, next time you see him, could you throw him some Jack Link's beef jerky or something? Thanks. So
well, I'll tell you this. I will now, but Bigfoot, if you're still listening, man, I called my friend that lived down the road to tell him to bring a sniper because we were going to snipe you and come famous. So good thing we're on good terms now in case I see you in Grimesland again, buddy.
All right, I have another question. This one's from Jamie again. He says, how good of a long snapper is Alex Harper?
I guess we ask a punter.
I never caught a snap from him. I mean, he is what is it, LS1 of East Carolina University. So yeah, he's a Greenvillian at heart. I grew up, if you guys didn't know, me and Alex Harper were on our same flag football team back in the day. My dad, I didn't even know this. My father was the one who suggested playing long snapper when we were playing flag football. I don't know if that's a compliment.
We also went undefeated.
We did. Thanks, Alex.
You guys are both.
No, he was a good one, man. He's good. I mean, it's definitely an important position we've seen in the past with all sorts of things and at ECU. So, yeah, long snapper's an important position. Good question. Anything else, Chandler?
I actually just got one in from Aaron, and Aaron asked on YouTube, he says, if you could play alongside any player in ECU history,
oh, that's a great one.
Who would it be?
Well, y'all first. I'm going to have to think about that one.
That is a tough one.
I would say Chris Johnson, but I feel like Keaton Mitchell was Chris Johnson 2.0.
Yeah,
for sure. I would say a quarterback, but then I wouldn't be. I don't want to have a competition with these guys.
I think after last night, I would have loved to be in a quarterback room with Holton, protéging to taking over for Shane Carden. That'd been cool.
Yeah,
I know it didn't happen, but it'd be a cool.
That's a great
Shane
thing.
Carden, Holton Ahlers.
I wish I was in Ben Kurt's position. No, I don't wish, but I think that would have been cool to be in Ben Kurt's position and then me take over the role once Shane left. That's a great question. Do y'all have any?
Yeah, you guys were on the team with him actually, but I would like to play with Jaquan McMillan.
Yeah,
if we could put him on last year's defense, him and Siobhan.
Yeah,
at each corner.
We'll get Quan on an episode soon. Yeah. We got Keaton here soon. Yeah. Speaking of next episode, while we're talking about it, next episode. First of all, episode 5 drops tomorrow at 12 o'clock. YouTube. Just look up the Holton Ahlers Show. It's on Pirate Radio TV in playlist on YouTube, and then any podcast channel, just look up the Holton Ahlers Show and it'll pop up. We have the captain join us 12 o'clock. It releases, and then next week, boys, Zay Jones, one of the best receivers to ever play here, and really one of the best receivers in NCAA history. And then if people combine these two a lot, or talk about these two a lot, then the next week we got Justin Hardy. So we're going to keep these guests rolling. Welcome back in the Holton Ahlers Show Takeover. I'm Holton Ahlers with the Walk-Ons. Hey, we've had some fun. We're having some callers. We have some callers on the other line. But first, I got something serious to talk about, boys. We are still waiting for the local politics bud guy to call in tonight. We have 20 minutes left. We launched our show 28 days ago. Episode 5 comes out tomorrow, and we have been trying to find this guy since episode 1, and we can't find him.
There's local politics, bud.
There he is. So if you can get this guy to call in, we don't know what the reward. You may be able to host the show with us, but we got to get this guy on, boys. We've been hunting for him for a while. We made shirts. Look, dude, if you call
local politics, bud.
Exactly. We'll give you 2 of these things. Boys, we got to get him on.
So my question is, eventually, you're going to talk to this guy. Like, what are you going to say when you meet him?
I don't know.
Local politics, bud.
Yeah, we're going to talk local politics. I mean, I don't even know if it's actually him or not because he calls in on these aliases. So we don't even know this guy's name. Someone tagged our show today at Holton Ahlers Show on X and tagged this account that has 0 followers and following 0, but it was a dude's name and it said, I know, like something like, I know you're the local politics guy, call in today. And I'm like, hold up, is this the guy? Or like, do we have a hint there? But we are looking for him 252-317-1250, local politics, Bud Guy. Call in. You can call in on the alias. You don't got to say a real name.
He was on to something. He almost uncovered the whole conspiracy.
He did.
Too.
There's local politics, Bud.
Oh, let's get to Johnny in Haymarket, Virginia. Johnny, what's up?
Hey, first of all, congratulations to all of y'all for developing a very entertaining podcast formula. I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support.
Okay, so my question is for Holton. If you had, in your pirate career, one pass to do over again, which one would it be?
One pass. I'll tell you that. Honestly, that is a good question, and it's a pass I think about quite a bit. So I know the NC State game my senior year, game one, we had a chance to win it at a field goal at the end of the game, and I went in the press conference after and I said, look, put the blame on me. It's not on Owen. Yes, he missed the kick. Yes, we could have won from that. And look, I look back and think about that kick. We talked about it literally, I think, on the podcast or 2 episodes ago. But there's a pass in that game that I missed. It was a stutter to Jalen Johnson. The drive that we ended up getting Owen down the field on, or the drive before that, I missed a pass to Jalen Johnson that could have put us in scoring territory to give Owen at least 2 chances to kick that field goal instead of just 1. So that's a pass I think about, maybe an underrated one that people wouldn't have thought. I'm sure some people would have thought an interception or something like that. I'm sure I threw some real bad interceptions in my career that I'm not thinking of at the moment. Caden's geeking because he was there. What one do you think?
Yeah, if I could take back at Holton Ahlers' pass, I'd probably my junior year when top 15 Cincinnati came in.
Oh, pick 6.
And we were driving down the field, and was it Sauce Gardner?
Yeah, it was Sauce. But the thing is, dude, and you were in that quarterback meeting the next day, is like, that was the read, the receiver.
Yeah. But if we could take it back.
The route was ran wrong. So, I mean, like, take it back. But then the thing is, if I'm put in that situation again, it's still the right read. I got to throw it. I would say Navy also, I threw a pick in overtime, or I threw a pick right before, like, we were driving to get a field goal to win the game, and then I ended up throwing a pick that made us go into overtime, and we ended up losing. But that state one definitely haunts me. Good question.
Okay, well, I got a comment.
All right.
Your last year at Tulane, October 8th, you threw a pick in the 4th quarter.
Okay.
And after that, you played in 12 games, threw 311 passes, completed 209 of them, 2,409 yards, 15 touchdowns, and you picked up 3 MVPs without an interception. Until the Green Bay thing, but...
Oh, you had to bring up the next one.
Hey,
I appreciate it, man. You did your research. You were prepared. I appreciate the support, Johnny. You're definitely going to get a shirt. But, yeah, I appreciate the call and appreciate the support, dude.
We might need to bring Johnny on as a numbers guy.
Yeah, Johnny needs to be the numbers guy for the podcast.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Johnny, you got anything else for us?
I got tons of Ahlers stats, but I'll save some for later.
All right. Hey, appreciate you for calling, man. Shirley will get your contact info. We'll get you a local politics Bud shirt. Thanks for the support, man.
All right. Y'all keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
For sure. Chandler's got a question in the chat for us. Chandler, hit us with it.
Before I do, that is Johnny Robertson. He comments on Pirate Radio Live a lot. We call him Johnny Stats. He is crazy
Johnny
with
Stats. Dude, he sounded, first of all, he sounded like he was calling from a spaceship.
Well, no, he always brings the stats and helps us out with the stats.
I think someone actually brought him up in like our first or second YouTube comments. Someone was like, y'all got to get Johnny on the show. You remember that? I think it was like episode 1 or 2. Someone was like, y'all got to get Johnny. I think they said he was from Farmville, though, for some reason. So
stats to consider.
But if you need to look up a stat, you don't have to look it up. You can just call Johnny and he'll have it for you.
I need to get Johnny's contact.
We got to get Johnny on speed dial.
All right. So you do have a question from Tim on YouTube, and he says, Holton, during your career, what player did you face that hit you the hardest?
Oh, that's a good question. Honestly, I'll tell you a good story that 2 people in the world know. This one isn't going to be as juicy as last podcast story, but Houston in 2021, 2021 Houston, we ran a bootleg, and they had this like jacked number 0 DN. The dude was just looked like he was roided up. And I threw it, and I got late. He hit me late. They got a late hit. He got kicked out of the game for targeting. Hit me right in my helmet, and I completely went unconscious. And I remember waking up, and Avery Jones was hitting my chest, and he was like, Holt, you good? You good? And I was like, yeah, dude. Like, he knew what happened. And then by the time the trainers got there, I was like, the game was getting close. We were going on a run. So the trainers got there, like, Holt, what's wrong? I was like, my back, dude, my back's killing me. And they were like, come on, dude, you can't say that. But I wouldn't tell them it was my head. So I missed one play after that, and then I went back into the game. Guess what the first call was, boys? Quarterback power, the first one of the season. Donnie dials up. So that was a fun one. But yeah, that was probably the hardest I've ever been hit. Next up, we got Charles and Falkland. Charles, can you hear us?
Yeah, hear you fine. Thanks, guys. Appreciate what you do.
For sure. Hey, thanks for calling in. Let's. What you got for us?
Well, it's kind of a curiosity thing, not statistically oriented. Just wondering, your favorite coach in your career, and it doesn't have. I know they're all kind of in your. Yeah, right. They've got to drive you and all that, but could be maybe the funnest, the favorite, whatever coach that was, and what.
Yeah, I'll answer this first, then we'll kind of go around the table. But I have a lot of guys I really appreciate. None more than Donnie Kirkpatrick, just for the sole reason. Look, I know ECU fans have a love-hate relationship with him. I think he's a legend here. We've talked about it on the podcast. He's won a lot here. Yeah, he didn't have a good year last year, but no one really did on the team. We had some dark days together, though, and sitting in that quarterback room, there was a lot of times when, we were getting crapped on by the media and all the fans didn't want us and were telling us that he should be fired, I should be benched. But, he always put a smile on my face, always made it enjoyable. So I have to go with Donnie K. Caiden, who do you think?
Yeah, you said Donnie K, so I'm trying to think maybe outside Donnie K, because Donnie would be the top two for me. I think for me, it's both the quarterback coaches I played under. I would go with Tony Peterson. Tony Peterson, when I first got here, he drove me. He made me earn everything. He made me almost really think about quitting. He made me think about, do I really belong here? And I think it was that relationship of building the strong, hey, does this kid really want to be here? He's a walk-on. We only have so many seats in the quarterback room, and I wanted to prove so bad to him that I do belong here. And then eventually the next year, earning a signaling role, and then obviously working up, third string, second string quarterback for some of the year. He really was like, hey, dude, like, you belong. Like, I don't know. I think that part of the coaches that got me was the coaches that drove me and really made me work to really to show them I earned this spot here.
Drew, who is your favorite coach?
Man, that's a hard question. I built a lot of great relationships with coaches that weren't even in my position room, but first coach that pops in my head is Steve Ellis.
Dude, he's doing a great job right now, too.
Yeah, he was just funny every single day. Like, during fall camp, like, it can get rough. You're in meetings every day, but sometimes we wouldn't even watch football. He would just talk about life, and that meant a lot to me. And I feel like I can text him whenever, and he'll always help me out. So I built a great relationship with Coach Ellis.
Jack?
Short answer for ECU, I'm obviously going Coach Dowse. I've talked about on the podcast. Great coach, even better man. But in my career, I'm going to go with Timmy Chang, now the head coach at the University of Hawaii. He was a quarterback legend in college football at the University of Hawaii. Yeah. And he's just, like I said, he's the one that actually recruited me to Nevada, gave me a shot, always fought for me. Like, no matter what it came to, like, this spot's open, there's 3 guys here. He's always rooting for me. So just a coach that was always in my corner, introduced me to, like, his family, would have me over for dinner and stuff like that. Just a great guy. So
we're going to get him on the pod soon, too. Or not soon, maybe in the summer when he gets some time hanging out in Hawaii. Hey, let's take a break. 252-317-1250. We got 2 lines open right before we close out at 6. Local politics, Bud Guy. Call us. We're waiting. Boys, it freaking flew by, dude. Already got only 5 minutes left. Hey, that was fun. Thank you guys for calling in. Everyone who called in, we're going to hook you up with a local politics shirt. And I believe we have one more caller. While we're getting that ready, local politics guy, if this is not you, and it says it's Lonnie from Florida, we got a Floridian calling? Lonnie, what's up?
Oh, not a lot. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. What you got for us?
Well, I'm actually from Chesterfield, Virginia. I'm in Florida for the winter. So.
Okay. Hey, you're living, man.
Yeah, old retired life.
Heck yeah.
Question for you. Did you ever consider playing baseball at ECU? Did you ever go to Cliff and ask him about it, or did Cliff ever approach you about playing baseball?
Great question. Yeah. So, I've never really said this on air before. My very first visit to ECU was for baseball, actually. Dan Roselle at the time, I believe, who's at Kentucky now, the pitching coach, came. Brian Packard, ECU baseball legend. He had a bunch of MLB scouts, college scouts coming in, and I was 2 or 3 years younger than him. So pretty much whoever recruited him was recruiting me too. And yeah, I had an offer to play both when Ruff and Cliff were here, and then obviously once Ruff left, that was kind of about the same time I decided to play just football too. My passion was in football. I was talking to Jack the other day. I wish I would at least, I don't really regret anything, but if I could change anything or if I would go back, I definitely would have played at least till my senior year to see if I would have gotten drafted, because I was getting some pretty good hype back then. I was told I was better at baseball than I was at football. So yeah.
Okay, great.
You got anything else for us?
No, not currently. I'll be calling in as other shows.
Oh, for sure. Hey, thanks, Lonnie, man. Hey, enjoy Florida.
Oh, it's great. 60s and 70s.
Hey, yeah, it's cold
There
in
you
Greenville,
go.
so live it up, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for the support, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, and Lonnie, if you'll stay on the line for just a moment, I need to get some additional information from you.
Okay.
Get that, Lonnie, get it. We're trying to see you some shirts, man. Thank you guys for joining. What a show. It was a blast.